It's not tracking. It's not tracking me. Okay, okay, it's tracking now. Okay, 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 okay. Good, 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 good. Let's go live on Instagram. Is going live. Then TikTok too. We're going live on TikTok. Virtual Azure Garage. Allow TikTok to access nearby rewards. Your Bluetooth. Allow. Okay. Allow. Okay, so I think we're live on Instagram. So this is Instagram, this is YouTube, and this is TikTok. TikTok is still loading. We're not live yet on TikTok. Right. We have 9 persons that have joined us on YouTube. For some weird reason, my where my live feed is supposed to be showing is not okay. So yeah, let's go. Have 4 persons on TikTok. Can I refresh this here? Okay. So if it doesn't show, I'll just continue like that. It's completely fine. So we have okay. So good evening, guys. My name is Gerald, and I'm the guy that makes noise online about visas and all of those things. So we're actually live on 3 different platforms. This camera is Instagram. This camera is YouTube, and this camera right here is TikTok. TikTok, we're not even live on TikTok yet. It's still loading. So just give us 5 minutes to finish all the technical stuff, and why a lot more persons join us. So TikTok is delaying for some weird reason. It's not allowing us do what we gotta do. So in today's video, I think I just need to get started. Good evening, good evening, good evening. So what we're going to be doing is that we're going to be discussing how to actually make sure that your next UK visa is not refused. That's what we're going to be talking about in this particular video, right? And I'm going to be taking questions as well, which is actually the most important part of this particular live. I'm going to be taking questions and answering all your questions. Now, those of you guys who ask questions on this is still not working. Please just try and figure this out. Try and get it to work, then bring it for me here. Yeah. So those of you guys that ask questions, I was able to collate all your questions, and I put it out. I've written it down, so I'm going through the questions and answering all your questions. Now, if you have any questions as well, you can also ask me while I'm on this live. On Instagram, on YouTube. We're having technical issues with TikTok. So my team, they'll try and figure it out. Once they figure it out, of course, they bring back and we are live on Instagram as well. So TikTok rather as well. So truth of the matter is that my name is Gerald, like I said earlier, and I'm the CEO of No Agent Travel Guide. So No Agent Travel Guide was actually born to actually help people, right, figure out how to do visa applications by themselves. I've actually been to like 12 countries, I believe, and I have never used an agent to travel to any of these countries. These are my passports, right? I've had 3 passports over time. Are we live now? Are we live now? Okay. Welcome to TikTok Live. Okay, yeah, we are. Yeah. Cool. Yeah, okay, we're live on TikTok as well. Thank you, guys. So that's what happens when you have the best team in the world, right? So this is my first passport ever. This passport, I have an Indian visa on it. The first country I ever visited in my life was Ghana. If you look at it right now, you're going to see the fact that there are a lot of stamps on it, right? Ghana stamp, Cotonou, and I traveled to Ghana by road. So you can do that if you're trying to build travel history. That's one of the ways to actually, build travel credibility with visa officers, so that getting visas will become easy for you in the long term, right? So that's basically it, right? So I took a bus from Lagos. I went to Ghana. I stayed for a weekend and I came back. That's basically what I did, right? And I went to Ghana a couple of times before I applied for this Indian visa right here, right? So I went to India in 2016 for study. I studied in India for like 5-6 months. It was a professional course, right? Got my certifications and came back to Nigeria. For those of you on YouTube, this is my Indian visa. This is what an Indian visa looks like, right? For those of you on Instagram, this is it right here. Right, those of you on TikTok, this is it right here. So these are the only 2 visas I got on this passport. Now, I came back to Nigeria in 2017, I think, and I never left Nigeria again until 2020, when a friend of mine told me that he was applying for a South African visa. I should collect the visa so we can travel together. So he told me what he did. I used my hand and I applied, right? I got a new passport. I applied for a South African visa, and that's the visa right here, right? But fortunately, my visa was approved. His own was refused. Right. So I had to travel alone to South Africa. Went to South Africa, I stayed there for a while, came back, and it was amazing. Now, after a while, I applied for UK. Right. This is my first UK visa ever. So I applied for UK, and of course, that visa was approved as well. So I had the UK visa when I traveled to Kenya, stayed a while in Kenya, came back to Nigeria, then went to the UK, came back after like 2 weeks and all of that. Then my next visa application was for South Korea. South Korea was interesting because what I actually did was that I wanted a visa on my passport that I didn't intend to use. So I printed South Korea and I think Brazil visa application form. And I chose the best randomly, right? I just randomly chose South Korea. And I wanted to go to a country that doesn't speak English. So I applied for South Korean visa. It took like a week and it came out. It was successful, right? Apparently, I didn't know that South Korea was a difficult visa to get because people were asking me, Gerald, how did you do? How did you do? How did you do it? So my point is that all of these countries, right, France, all of those other ones, I actually did the visa myself. So when I saw that my friends were calling me to help them with their visa applications, I now decided to actually start agent travel guide to teach people how to actually do their visa applications themselves, right? And in today's video, like I said earlier, we're going to be discussing exactly how to make sure that your next UK visa is not refused, that it's actually approved. That's what we're going to be talking about in this particular video, right? So who is excited about that? How much bank balance you usually have? Okay, I'm going to be answering all of these questions in a jiffy, right? Let's just get the background. Okay, I can see the love on TikTok. I'm not seeing the chat screen on YouTube for some weird reason, right? I can see the wave on Instagram as well. Okay, so let's jump right in. So first things first, when you are applying for a UK visa, when you are applying for a UK visa, there are certain things that you need to pay attention to, right? Three basic things that you need to pay attention to. And number one is to understand the fact that the visa officer is actually seeing you as a flight risk. So in your application, you need to make sure that you help them understand the fact that you're not a flight risk. That is why a lot of your visa applications, it's actually intention to return. That's the most important of it all. And how do you prove intention to return? You need to prove to the officer that you are going to come back to your home country when your visa expires, right? So that is one of the most important things. Once they have doubt and they ask themselves and say, are we sure that this person is going to come back if we actually give him this visa? It's an automatic refusal for you. So you need to help them to understand that you are going to come back to your home country, right? So how do you do that? Now, there are things called ties, family ties, social ties, economic ties, those kind of things, right? So these are things that you should lean on. For me, when I started traveling, I was always leaning on my economic ties because I started traveling when I became comfortable. That is the truth. So I would lean on my economic ties because I have another YouTube channel. Some of you guys know me. I own Online Hustle TV, which is the biggest YouTube channel in the Make Money Online niche in Africa, right? And I've had this since 2019, 2020, thereabout, right? So when I'm applying for visas, I tell them that I own this channel. This is how much YouTube pays me every single month, right? And it will not make sense for me to abandon this business and become an illegal immigrant wherever it is that I'm going. That is always my argument. So I would lean on my economic ties. That's one. Now, for those of you guys, for married people, you can lean on your marriage ties. For me right now, I lean on my I introduce my marriage tie as well because I'm married now, of course, right? So I also lean on my marriage as a tie to my home country. It's something called family ties. Now, if you have a husband, a wife, children, these are all good ties because the chances of you abandoning your wife and children or your husband in Nigeria and the Jabarin, right, in quotes, is actually not, is very slim. So you can lean on the fact that you are married, your marriage certificate, your children's birth certificate, stuff like that, as your intention to return to your home country, right? So these are the things that you actually need to pay attention to. Now, every visa decision made by a UK visa officer, they are called ECOs, entry clearance officers for UK. They call them ECOs, but I'm going to be using visa officer, for a general term, as a general term. So they are actually looking at you in terms of from a risk assessment point of view. How much risk does this person prove? Can this person be trusted to return to his country if you actually give them this visa? So your job, like I said earlier, is to impress them in your visa application, right? So there are a few basic pillars that would help your application become very strong. Number one is the purpose of your trip. You need to justify the purpose of your trip. Let's say, for instance, okay, the first time I applied for a UK visa, I have already been to South Africa, I've been to India, I've been to Ghana a couple of times for tourism. So it was easy for me to write on my cover letter that I was going on tourism. And when you ask the question and say, this person that is that is going on tourism, has he been on tourism anywhere else before now? If the answer is yes, then it's a good thing for you. But when you are trying to go to the UK or France or Canada for the first time ever, you have never been anywhere else, and you're applying for a visit visa, you are a suspect. That is the truth, right? They will not believe that you are a tourist, a genuine tourist, because you do not have a history of going on tourism anywhere else. That is why I tell people, build what's it called, travel history. As a matter of fact, one young man called me today, this evening. He called me. He's a client. He came to us and we helped him. He was planning to apply for a Schengen visa. I said, don't do that. You're going to get a refusal because you've not been anywhere before, and there's no justification for this application. So we did a South African visa for him, and he called me this evening that he just got his passport and he was approved. He was happy. He even did a video, and if he gets home early, he will most likely be part of this particular live. I'll bring him in here to actually give you guys his testimony, right? So he is trying to build travel history. He'll go to South Africa now, come back, probably go to maybe Kenya or Rwanda or any of those other countries and come back before he applies to Schengen, right? So that's something that you need to actually do to justify your purpose. There's another young man that came to us. He was traveling to Denmark. He's 23 years old. It was his first visa application ever, right? But I was able to do the application for him, and he came out successful because his purpose was justified. He was going for a pharmaceutical conference. He just finished from university he just studied pharmacist. He just studied pharmacy in Unilag. He just graduated. He works with EMSO internship as a pharmacist. He's the Secretary General of a pharmaceutical whatever in Lagos State, right? He was attending a pharmaceutical conference in Denmark. He has paid for it. He had a ticket. So his purpose was justified. Of course, I encouraged him, did the application for him, and his visa was approved at the end of the day. So the first question is, the purpose of your trip, is it justified? That's the first thing, right? So the second thing is your finances. How are you going to be able to finance this trip? Now, beyond that, how do you finance yourself in your home country, Nigeria or Ghana or wherever it is that you're watching us from? So it's also important that you establish that in your visa application. For UK specifically, you have to actually do that. So what we do is that if you are doing visa application for clients, we'll go through your bank statements. That is why before we actually work for you, you have to book a consulting session, because in that consulting session, it will help us actually talk to you. Me personally, I will talk to you and understand your circumstance. That is where I advise you, yes, you are qualified. No, you are not qualified. Do this, and wait for like a few months before you apply, so that you are not wasting your money. There's some people that come to us and I'm like, don't apply. You're going to get a refusal, right? There's somebody that he had biometrics the next day when she reached out to me. When I saw her application, I said, cancel this and get a refund. This is an automatic refusal. You get? So normal agents will not do that for you. And that is why I call myself the no agent travel guide, right? So it's important that you get your finances right. Then ties to your home country, I've talked about that. There's employment tie, economic tie, business tie, family tie, property ties, commitment to show that you're going to come back to your home country. That's what a tie is, right? So I think I'm going to take some of your questions now. Okay, so let me see. On TikTok, I'm not seeing any questions on Instagram per se. I think I'm seeing a lot of activity on TikTok. There's a question from the YouTuber. Okay, so I'm not seeing you. Just give me the phone so I can read out the questions myself. Okay, so I'm going to take the questions on YouTube first. After that, I will now take the questions on TikTok as well. I'm not seeing a lot of questions on Instagram. So hello sir. Give us discount, boss. Discount. Okay, so my consulting session is actually 100K. right? That's what you pay for consulting. And all you need to do is to go to the noagenttravelguide.com and book a consulting session. Now it's 100K. I'm going to be giving you guys a discount code because Tito Beams Auto asked. I'm going to be giving a discount code that's going to give you 20% off at the end of this particular training. So those of you guys who stay to the end, I'm going to be giving you guys that particular code, so you can book a consulting session between now and I think maybe like Sunday, right? It's going to be active for the first 10 persons, just 10 persons, right? So it's important to take action real quick. I'm going to talk about that more. So how are you? I'm very fine. Give us discounts. I've talked about it. I have a question, so please go ahead and ask your question. There's no need to say that I have a question. If you had asked the question, I would have been answering it by now, as opposed to repeating what I'm just saying right now. I'm from Bangladesh. Thank you very much for joining us from Bangladesh. I appreciate you. We have worked with a lot of persons from Bangladesh, Pakistan, Nepal, Mongolia, Philippines. We've worked with a lot of clients from those countries, right? Is it safe to upload only CAC without tax record? This is a very important question, right? So most times when I'm applying for a UK visa for clients, I actually tend to remove CAC documentation completely. Let me tell you why. So UK, their scrutiny is on another level compared to every other country that I've actually applied for a visa to, right? So they will look at your bank account and try to find out exactly how much you spent in a month, because in a visa application form, they're going to ask you and say, how much did you spend? How much do you spend in a month averagely? So if we're doing the application for you, we'll go to your bank statement and take an average of your monthly expenses. That's what we're going to put on that visa application form. Because part of the reason why they refuse visas is that they will tell you and say that you stated in your visa application form that you spend 200,000 naira every month. We went through your bank statement. In the month of June, you spent 500,000. In the month of July, you spent a total of 320,000. In the month of this, you spend this amount of money. So we are not sure how you calculated your expenses to arrive at 200,000 naira that you claim that you spend every month. Do you understand? So that is why we take our time to actually take these numbers so we can put it on the visa application form when we are doing the visa application. See, I don't think there is any UK refusal reason that I have not seen in this office, right? And when we see something new, we update our SOP to capture it so that in the next application that we're doing for clients, we would actually take that into consideration as well. That is why our cover letters are actually the best, right? So I have a question. Is it mandatory to show asset valuation? We have never had to show asset valuation before in our applications. We have never had to show it, but if you have an asset valuation, it will help you, right? Something that is official, it will help them to know that this is your value in terms of your assets. So it's going to help you if you have something official to actually show. It will help your application. But we have never had to use that. What we do is to basically go through the client's bank statement, try to deduce their income and their expenses, do a calculation of their disposable income, right? And talk about affordability and all of those things to actually get their visas approved by UK. I have a question. Please go ahead and ask your questions. I have a question. Please, I would like to ask, my UK visa was refused today. Can I reapply immediately? It's a very interesting question. After this, I'll answer two more questions, then I'll go to TikTok. Now, this is a very interesting question. The first time I applied for a UK visa, it was a refusal, right? So when I saw the refusal, I read the refusal letter, and I knew that I am the person that messed up because this was 2024, and I believe that 2022, rather. So I believe that these refusals have gotten over time actually made me a success with No Agent Travel Guide, because I know what they are looking out for, because I have had the same experience personally. So when I got that refusal, I reapplied immediately. As soon as I got my refusal letter, I got my passport, I filled a fresh form and reapplied immediately. Like immediately, I didn't waste any time. So yes, you can reapply as soon as you get your refusal. You can actually reapply immediately. No need to waste time. But you are going to get a refusal if you don't fix the issue that was raised in your refusal letter, right? And other future issues that could be raised. So when we are doing application for clients, we are trying to preempt the possible refusal reasons and fix them in the application before we hit the submit button. So yes, you can reapply immediately. And it also goes for every other country, except a scenario where the country tells you in the refusal letter to wait for 6 months or to wait for 3 months before you will reapply. As long as they don't tell you to wait, there's no need for you to wait. And you are sure that you can actually do a stronger application, just like I did for myself, right? So, and this question says, how do I book a session? It's simple. Go to noagenttravelguide.com, right? Or the number that is, if you're on Instagram, there's a number in my bio. That's my staff, right? So once you chat her up, she will actually guide you on how to actually book the consulting session. And if you're on TikTok as well, it's on my bio. So if you're on YouTube, on my profile, you see No Agent Travel Guide, the link, or just below the video, right? Just click on it and it's going to take you there. So good job, Gerald. Thank you, Blessing. What of Sweden? Sweden is actually Schengen. I have a lot of questions on Schengen, so I'm going to be coming to it in a jiffy. You have not answered the question yet. It's about fresh year's registration, meaning no tax record yet. Okay. I actually talked to Diamond, my assistant in the office today, about this. That if I want to apply for a UK visa, basically right now, I can actually do a fresh year's registration. So there's no tax, right? So you can actually get away without providing tax documentation. Now, they don't ask for tax every time. I've not provided my tax clearance or anything before, right? But there are persons that they ask for it. So it's important that you anticipate that they might ask you for it and actually fix that. So what I will do if I were you is to do my business, present yourself as an employee of the business. That means that you are paying yourself salary every single month. So when you are applying for a UK visa, say that you work for this company, which is not a lie, because you actually work for that company. Introduce an employment letter, a leave letter, all of those things for your application, and leave CAC, right? And all documentation that show that you own the company. Because once you say that you own the company, they start scrutinizing the company as well. That's what happens most times. So leave the company, just apply as an employee of that particular company, and your chances are better that way. I have a question. Someone wants to sponsor a trip to UK with Nigeria, your Nigerian account, but leave work in USA. How do I go about it? Who is this person to you? Right? If this person is a friend, you have to prove a relationship why the person is actually sponsoring you. If this person is your spouse, then this person is supposed to create a tie for you in Nigeria. Once they know that the person is not in Nigeria, that tie is invalid and it could lead to a refusal. So I need a little bit of context to be able to answer this question, holistically. So maybe you should actually book a consulting session so we can talk about this. Affiliate Hobby says, what if your relation wants to come over for a visit? What can one do on my side in Nigeria? Your relation, where is your relation based? Is he outside Nigeria, or the person is coming from Nigeria to come and visit? Please, if you can ask this question again, give me a little more context so I can actually answer. I don't want to assume. Thank you, sir. I'm an agency owner. How to show my website? Also, my company registered in the UK company house along in Bangladesh, but UK company is only 5 months old. Is it good to show? How? I need a little bit of context. You own an agency, right? So what you can do is to present yourself as an agency employee. So what you need to do is to just pay yourself a salary, then present employment. So I'm not sure if I have the whole picture. So I'm not able to actually answer these questions holistically. So maybe we can actually talk in a consulting session, right? Watching from Ghana. Thank you very much, Akwaba. My second time of refusal, I was told my expenditure was more than what I had put on the form. Exactly, I mentioned that earlier, right? So what we do in this case is that we go to your bank statement and calculate your expenses for every month. Then we take an average. Let's say, for instance, you spend 200K in June, 300K in July, 500K in the next month, and you present a 5 months bank statement. We will calculate everything, all the months, then divide it by 5 to get an average of your expenses. So that way, what you're putting on visa application form would actually be at par with what your actual expenses is as per your bank statement, right? So that's how we do that. How many months should I submit? 4 or 6 months? So the UK VI, on their website, they will ask you for 6 months bank statement, right? But the thing is that we have worked with 3 months and 4 months and it works, right? So it's completely fine. 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, completely fine. It works, So for UK visit visa, how many month statements should I submit? I just mentioned that right now. I just answered that. Should I leave CAC outside? What option should I pick? Self-employed. So if you are not using your CAC, you can select employed, but you have to pay yourself a salary from your company, right? So that is very important. So I think I've answered all the questions I have for now on YouTube. So one just came in. Now let me just answer this real quick. Then we'll go to TikTok, right? So please just bear with me. Excuse me. How I start working on my bank account statement. That's a whole different video on its own, right? Maybe we should actually do this live more often. What do you guys think? Should you do this live more often? Maybe once a month, so I can answer some of these questions. I was in the UK in 2009, and after that, I have only been to South Africa in 2018. I applied for UK in 2023. I was denied in 2023 twice, September and November. When is the best time to reapply? So it's important to find out why you were refused, why you were denied, right? And see if you can fix that. If you can fix that and try to preempt possible refusal reasons, it's going to be an approval, right? But you've been to the UK before, 2009. You've been to the UK in 2018. Sorry, you went to South Africa in 2018. I think your chances are good. Book a session, a consulting session, and we can actually talk about it. So, okay. So, do you guys think we should do this more often? Okay, there are more questions here. What platform is this? What platform is this?
It's TikTok.
TikTok. Yeah, I'll answer. I'm seeing them here. I'll answer them. Yeah, just give me a while. So please answer the question on comments. Yeah. I'm answering. I think I've answered all the questions on YouTube comments. So let me go to TikTok right now and answer the questions on TikTok. Right. So just bear with me. Sorry, guys. Yeah. So let's answer the questions on TikTok. It's a lot. I think most of you guys on TikTok. I'm people on TikTok. 982.
Over 50, 92 love.
Okay, 92 like, oh, okay. Over 51 of you. Okay. We're notifying viewers that you're live. Okay. You say hi, everybody. So we are the questions. More likes, keep it up. Okay. Do you guys think we should do this at least once a month? Please let me know in the chat box if you guys think we should do this once a month. Right. Okay. Is $3,000 enough for Portugal visit visa? I wonder if 3,000 is enough for the Portugal visit. Now, let me answer this like this. It is not about how much you have. It is more about, it's also about how much you have left after you have done your trip. Let me explain. If you have $3,000 in your trip, right, in your bank account, and your flight to Portugal is $1,000, right? Then your hotel that you booked, because you have to put a hotel booking on the application. The hotel is like another £1,000, which means that your miscellaneous is like £500. You have $500 left at the end of the day. It is a refusal. You don't have money to fund your trip, because what this means is that you don't have any money to come back to when you return to your home country. So you are a flight risk. So they're going to tell you that proof of subsistence is the reason why they're refusing your visa, because you don't have money, right? But let's say for instance, your expenses is about $3,000 and you have like 10,000 or 15,000. So there is money for you to come back to in your home country. So the chances of you returning becomes high, right? So $3,000 could be enough. It could not be enough, depending on where you're traveling from and what your expenses are. If you are planning to spend all the money you have in this world on a vacation, it doesn't make sense. You're going to get a refusal. So I hope that answers your question. Right. Where is your office? My office is in Lagos, Thomas Estate, Aja. That's where my office is. So the matter is that there's no clients that we've worked with before that have been to this office, so everything is online. But if you want to visit us, completely fine, but the way we work is that you book a consulting session, then we review your refusal reasons and talk to you on WhatsApp, right? I'll talk to you on WhatsApp. Then, of course, if you now decide for us to do the job for you, if you're qualified, we do the job for you. But if you want to come see where we are, of course, you can come. But I can assure you that your consultation will not happen the day you come. You can just come and greet us and say, hi, hello, you see us in this office, and it's completely fine, right? How long does it take to get a decision for standard processing? Is it 15 working days? Okay, yeah, you know the answer already. 15 working days for UK visas. That's the standard, 15 working days. If it's going to take more than that, they will send you an email and tell you that is going to take more than that, so that before yeah. So, sir, yes, if your study application excuse me, has passed the processing time, what do one do? Send them an email, right? Excuse me. And the problem is that most of you guys use agents for your application. The agent will not give you access to the portal. Please stop using agents for your visa application, right? If I'm working with you, I'm going to create the portal with your email. All the conversation from the embassy is going to be coming to you, not me. It is you that will inform me and say, Gerald, they have approved my visa at the end of the day. I won't even know if you don't tell me, because the communication is going to come to you, not me, right? So if you have access to your portal, just log in there and see if there's a message from them, because they will always respond to you. Okay, so I have been refused twice, both US and Schengen, and I'm planning to apply for Spain on tourism. So US and Schengen. Spain is still Schengen now, so they have the record of your refusal. The question is, why were you refused? Right? If I look at the refusal letter, maybe I will be able to actually get, not maybe, I'll be able to actually tell why you have been refused. And when I talk to you, I can be able to actually help you, right? No travel experience. If you don't have travel experience, I don't think you should apply for Schengen unless you have a lot of money, right? And you have your purpose of your trip is highly justified, not just tourism. I would advise you to build a little bit of travel history before you actually attempt it. Okay, so where is your office? I just answered that. We're in Lagos State, Thomas State, Aja. So I just joined the live, but been following you for a while. Do you assist with visa processing? Yes, we do. Right? We book a consulting session. We talk to you, find out if you are eligible for a visa. Then of course we help you write your cover letter. Then we also help you with filling your visa application form, and then we'll help you with the submission process as well. Book your appointment, all of those things. Yeah, we do all of that. So good evening, good evening. Please, I asked a question on YouTube. I hope I answered it. We can put it here again if I've not answered it. So, how much to go to the UK? How much to go to the UK? Flight to the UK is about 1.4, 1.5 million, depending on the airline and when you book, right? So that's it. Then, of course, your accommodation. You pay for your accommodation. You have some money for yourself to take care of yourself, right? So, yeah, that's basically it. And it's not about the money to go. It's also about the money that you have in Nigeria that you're going to come back to, because intention to return is actually very important, right? They need to be convinced that you're going to come back to your home country at the end of your visa. About being employed by your own company, does that mean that you have a business account? Yes, you have a business account and you send salary to yourself every single month. That's how to do that. So, because every country will want to see the salary deposit from the company that you claim you work in your account. So, if you say that you work in Advantage, my company now, for instance, there has to be salary deposits from Advantage to your account every single month to show that you are a bona fide or a genuine employee of the company. Okay. So, business account that shows you are getting paid by the company, your company. Yes. So, you have a business account. Then from there, you send salary to yourself every month. That's how it works. So that way you show that you actually have money in your bank account, basically. How long does it take to process a skilled worker application, sir? So visa applications for UK, visa application, normal standard is 15 working days. So most times when it's longer than that, they will send you an email and say, please bear with us. We are still doing this. It's going to take a little longer and all of those things, right? But usually standard is 15 working days. If you pay for a priority is 450 pounds extra. So that's like 900k extra. And it takes 5 days, 5 working days to get a decision. If you pay for super priority, you get a decision the next day, 24 hours after your biometrics. Okay, so okay. Thank you. How much to go to the UK? I've answered that. Hi, Gerald. Hi. I was denied UK for OSCE. Somebody told me it's OSCE. I had 15 million sent by my sponsor. Now, we also have somebody who was refused a visa for OSCE. We're actually working on his application right now. As a matter of fact, Diamond, my staff, just finished writing the cover letter. I've just reviewed it, and we're filling the visa application form for that particular client right, this evening. They're going to be submitting the application tonight, right?
Yeah.
Tonight. They're going to submit the application this night. For she was refused an OSCE exam to go and write OSCE exam, and we are doing the reapplication. We have actually done another application for nurses going to write OSCE exam as well. So it is not about the money that you have. Most times, when you have a lot of money in your account, it's a red flag. Now, every large deposit from 50,000 naira and above, you need to explain where that money came from. And that's part of what we do when we're writing cover letters for clients. This particular lady, the mom sent 3 million naira to her account to sponsor her journey to the UK to go and write her exam. So we got a letter from the mom stating that I sent this money to my daughter for this purpose, right? We got a receipt of that transfer from the mother's bank, stamped by the bank, right, to show the source and origin of the 3 million naira that was sent into this lady's account for that particular purpose. So if you have 15 million naira, you have to show where it came from, right? If you work and your salary is 1 million, it means that it will take you 15 months to save up 15 million naira. So there's something amiss, and they want to know. That's how the UK works, right? So it's not about having money, and that's part of why we actually write cover letters, to explain these things when we talk to you in a consulting session. How long does it take to get a decision on standard processing? I just talked about that. 15 working days is correct. That's accurate. How much to go to UK? I've answered that as well. Please, I want to do UK visa for my kid's sister, and she doesn't have bank statements. She used OPay for OPay is fine. OPay is a bank. We have used OPay for a lot of visas in this office. So OPay is a bank. It works. It's fine, right? But we also need to understand if your sister is qualified on a different other level. How old is she? Is she in school? Stuff like that, right? So these are things that we can talk about in a consulting session. How long does it take for decision? I mentioned that. I've answered that. 15 working days. My monthly expenses is more than 60k, but I said 60k after my first refusal. How do I correct that? So in your next application, you add a cover letter. Now, in that cover letter, you are going to explain the issue, right, and the new data right now. So what we do is that we actually go to your bank statement and calculate exactly what your expenses are, right? And of course, like there's some people that in some month they spend 500k every month. A particular month you paid your house rent is like 5 million. You pay 5 million for your house rent, right? So it is not a usual expense. So we point that out in the cover letter when we actually write it. So that's it's a bit complicated, I understand, but we can actually help you out with that. Also, is 15 million too much from a sponsor for UK for OSCE? No, it's not too much. It's just that you have to explain where the money came from, right? And the sponsor also has to write it. See, every large deposit that comes into your account, if you say that you work and they pay you 1 million naira every month, now 20 million naira comes into your account, you have to explain where it came from. 200k comes to your account, you have to explain where it came from, right? So that's exactly how the UK works. There was this woman that we did a visa for. She was trying to go to the UK. Her daughter was giving birth, so she reached out to us. It was very, very important, very interesting that she actually did that, right? Sorry, this tracking is, I have to zoom out again now on YouTube. Okay, so the woman was trying to go to the UK to visit the daughter, right? And her son sent 10 million naira into her account around that period. When I saw it, I was like, no. Why was this money sent to her account? They said that they sold their family land. The woman's share was 10 million. So I now said the person that sent this money should write a letter and provide that bank receipt of that fund. We need to prove the origin of that fund. And of course, Avisa got approved. If they haven't reached out to me and did the application, the UK would have questioned that 10 million naira, where it came from and why, right? And that would have been a refusal for her. So it was a good thing for them that they reached out to me around that period. What about Canada visa? So Canada is a totally different level. Let's talk about Canada in a different video, right? But of course, if you're applying for Canada, you have to justify your purpose of your trip. You have to have a little bit of travel history, especially when it's a visiting visa, right? And it's Canada is like a headache on its own. So let's talk about it in a different video. So if you guys want us to, just like I said, if you want us to do this every month, once a month, let me know, right? I'll drop a timetable. I'll also give you guys my WhatsApp channel, right? So you guys join. Whenever I fix a date, I will post the date inside our WhatsApp channel, so everybody knows that we are going live on this particular date to talk about. And right now, we're talking about UK. that video, we can talk about Canada as well. I was told I had multiple large deposits cannot be traced. How do you correct? Exactly. So that's exactly what I said, because I knew that was what happened. I just said it before when I started, that there is no refusal risk the UK is going to give. That's not in my head right now. You get? So it's multiple large deposits. And how we guide against that is that we do a table in your cover letter, right? Every deposit in your account from 50K and above, we put it there and we explain where it came from, who sent it, why, and all of those things. There was this woman that we did a visa for. She received a lot of money towards when her mother died for burial, right? So of course we explained that this money was for burial gift. This money, we now brought in the pictures of the burial and all of those things, and her visa was approved. That was her first visa ever to the UK, the visa rota, and it was approved, right? So that's how we do that. We can help you with the cover letter as well. If you book a consulting session, we can talk about that. Do you help with student visa application? Yes, I do visas. That's what I do. Looking for school for you, looking for work for you, not me. But I can help you once you have the requirements. I can help you get the visa approved. Not approved. I don't guarantee visa. I can help you with the visa application, and of course, I will make sure that your chances of getting that visa is actually significantly increased. Basically, so what about Canada visit visa? We'll talk about Canada in a different video. How many days does e-visa for South Africa process take? I think it's about 5 days, right? About five. Well, I think around 5 days. The normal sticker visa takes about 2 months. This guy that got his sticker visa today, we applied like 2 months ago, and he got his visa today. So, if you're a first-time applicant for a South African visa, I would advise you just apply for the sticker visa, because when you have a sticker in your passport, it gives you another level than when they give you what's it called? When they give you e-visa, you print it out. Right? When you have stickers like this on your passport, right? It does something else to your stuff, as opposed to just having stamps on your passport. You see, so when you have sticker, this is South Korean visa. This is what it looks like. So when you have stickers on your passport, it helps you basically. So apply for the 2 months. As a matter of fact, right now we have never lost a South African visa application in this office. We've not. All the South African visas we have applied for, they have all been approved. All of them. We have never lost anyone in this office. How long does it take to process Canada's skilled worker visa? We're talking about PR. It depends on how long you stay in the pool. I've seen people stay in the pool for 7 years. Yes. I've seen people stay in the pool for 1 year. Right. I think the maximum is 1 year, then you re-enter again 1 year. So this girl was re-entering for like 7 years, maybe 10 years before she finally got picked and she got her Canadian PR. So it depends on you. I've also known people, a friend of mine, he was in the pool for 3 days, right? And of course, and he got his PR. What about Canada? I'm going to talk about Canada in a different video. How many days does e-visa? I've answered that. E-visa, Canada. Okay, so let's see. Please, can someone risk UK application when you have about 2 years bound remain out of 9 years? Oh, you were banned from the UK and you want to re-enter? No, you cannot. The only thing the only way it will happen is on compassionate grounds, right? You apply and write a cover letter, talk about what happened and why it happened, and so it depends on the visa officer to make decision. Okay, let's just leave this guy, but it rarely happens. Rarely does it happen. Fees for my child, a lot of other party transactions. Do I need receipts after explaining in cover letter? There are some explanations that are reasonable. You don't need receipt for it. There are some that need receipt for it. So I'm not looking at your bank statement. Right? If I was analyzing your bank statement, I will be able to actually answer this in great details. We spent 44 minutes here. I wanted to spend 1 hour here. So there's a lot of questions. Please, can someone risk UK application? I've answered this. Please, bros, please, your location, I'm in Ghana. I'm in Nigeria, Lagos, Nigeria, Aja. That's my location. But like I said, we've never had any customer come to this office, right? Everything is online. So you want to come and visit us, you can come and say hi. We are right here, right? This is my office, right? So it's in Aja, Lagos, Nigeria. What if you deposit the large money bit by bit over a long period of time? Now, the day you deposit it, once you print your bank statement, that deposit is going to show. So you still need to explain where did you get the money that you're depositing, something like that. So it will be better if, for instance, you sell cars or you sell land or something like that. You give the money to somebody, the person pays you, and you prepare a receipt of land sale or car sale or something, it's more believable. You get, so there are ways around these things, and these are things that you can actually please, the stamped bank statement, can you elaborate? I don't understand. Stamp bank statement. No, I sent bank receipt, bank transfer receipt, right? When you transfer money to somebody, the bank has a receipt of every transaction. So go to the bank and tell them that you want this receipt. They will just give it to you and stamp it, and you can use that. 10 years. Boss, please, will Shenge verify my bank statement having more than your salary in your account? Shenge is more lenient than the UK, right? You just need to explain where the money came from. You don't need to present documentation of this and but if you do that, it'll actually help you, right? Because it goes into you trying to over explain, which is fine. So Shenge is more lenient than the UK. Please answer me, please. What's the question? I could have answered if I saw it. Let's do the live twice a month. Are you gonna be paying me? I have a job, right? It will be great. Okay, Belarus. Somebody's going to Belarus. Boss, please, Shenge verify my bank. I've answered that question. What about someone who put money in his account, not every month, but he has his son around? I will need a little bit of context. Where is the money coming from? If you're putting money inside your account, maybe you are qualified for a Schengen visa, right? But UK, you have to explain, or you can explain, right? You have to explain. That's the challenge with UK. So, boss, we Schengen verify. Answer this. Schengen verify. Yes, I just said it. It's not like they'll call your bank to verify your bank statement. It's rare. I think we're going to do another live, maybe towards the end of the month, maybe Canada or Schengen, right? Then early next month we do Canada, we do Schengen later. Yeah. Okay, so let's do that. We do a session for Schengen, maybe towards the end of the month, right? Large deposits are from investment. Yes, so you have to present the investment documentation to show where the money are coming from. And on the visa application form for UK, they're going to ask you, do you have other source of income? You say yes. You're going to see pension, investment, upkeep money from family and friends, stuff like that. Select investment, and the amount of money you make from that investment, you put it there on the form. So the form has something like that. Okay, what's the cost of your session? My consulting session costs 100,000 naira, right? So once you go to noagenttravelguide.com, you're going to see a video on the screen. You click on where it says book a consulting session. Once you click on, it's going to take you to seller. Now, I said I'm going to be giving you guys what's it called? I'm going to be giving you guys a discount code. With that discount code, if you book a consulting session between now and Sunday, 6 p.m. Sunday, you're going to be getting 20% off. So instead of paying 100,000, you're going to be paying 80,000 naira, right? And the discount code is wrote it down here, NATG, which is No Agent Travel Guide, NATG 10. That's for the first 10 persons, right? So once 10 person uses it, the price will go back to 100K. So it's NATG 10. Why this tracking thing? I'm not sure I like it. You're just keep making this thing big. Can I switch my camera here?
It's going to go back.
It's gonna go back, yeah?
Yeah.
Like this, Abby? This is how you move it back. Move it back. Okay, so don't worry. So NATG 10, right? Somebody should type it in the chat box of wherever you are, Instagram, whatever. That one you can type it if you're online. NATG 10. So once you put it there, once you see the discount code, you put NATG 10 there. The price is going to go down to 80,000 naira. Then you book consulting session, and that's it basically. Sorry. Okay, he's here. Oh, on TikTok, the guy that got his South African visa today. I'm hearing that he's available, right? I don't know how do you? Sorry guys, I'm new to this thing, man. How do we get him to join? Can you do that? He wants to share his testimony with us, and this is his first visa ever. So I think he needs to do something like request to join. Yeah, so tell him to request to join, and I would approve the request. So let me take some more questions. Hello, you've not answered the only salaries and support. It come before application. I need to see that bank statement too, right? I'm not making sense of the how the bank statement looks, so it's difficult for me to actually answer your question, right? Why not you just book a session now, right? You use the discount code, book a session. Let's talk about it. And the thing is that when you book a session with me, it doesn't end now. You are not going to be paying for a consulting session ever again. So next month, next 6 months, next year, you can also talk to me because you have my business number at that time, and we can have a conversation about it. What of this someone is sponsoring you? Yes, on the visa application form, they're going to ask you, is some other person paying towards your trip? You're going to say yes. They're going to ask you and say, who is this person? You say, how much is this person paying towards your trip? You also say, now you need to present this person's bank statement to show that the person has the money to actually sponsor you. Then proof of your relationship with the person, why the person is sponsoring you. You have to actually also explain all of those things. For UK, most other countries don't need all of that. Please, can someone risk UK? Okay, so I've answered this. Please, what of the transfers? What if the transfers is snapshots? Okay, of instead of stamped. So stamped makes it very official. I've actually done visas with bank statements without stamps, and it worked, right? But I would advise if you can get the one that has a stamp from the bank, please use those ones. Use those ones. The bank have records of all of those things, and if you take the one that you've done yourself and go to the bank, they might not agree to stamp it because they're not sure of the source. But if they print it for you themselves in the office, they are going to stamp it for you. So that's why I said you should use the one multi-guest. Somebody said multi-guests. I'm not sure how. Okay, unlock guests, check requirement. Okay. I think the person is trying to help us on how to actually make meal 2025. Is it make meal? I like your music. I'm a big fan of make meal music. Check requirement. This. Okay, maybe in our next life, he's gonna be a part of us. Please, from Ghana, does the code work for us too? Yes, it's gonna work for you too from Ghana. If it doesn't work for you, please contact the number on my bio, right? The number on my bio, and we can help you maybe do a code for Ghana. If it doesn't work, just let us know, right? My staff would actually sort you out with that. But I believe it's gonna work. If it doesn't work, let us know and we will sort you out. So it's NATG 10, right? For the first 10% to take advantage of that offer. Can someone, I'm still looking for more NATG 10. Okay, yes, yeah, people are putting it on the screen. That's good. Please, can someone, okay, yeah, it's there. Please, where will you put the code? What if someone is sponsoring you? Will you provide his bank statement? Yes. If somebody is sponsoring you, right, you have to provide the person's bank statement to show that the person has the money to sponsor you. That's pretty standard. Okay. My agent did not add the receipt of the money sent by my sponsor. I was refused. So if the money is sent by your sponsor, it's money that came, you have to explain where it came from. And that's so most agents actually mess things up, really, right? That is why I call myself no agent travel guide, because I've seen a lot of very bad visa agents and most of them don't know what they're doing. That is the truth, right? So I'm sorry about that, but then that's why we are here. It's been recently denied. Okay, denied Sweden visa. How long will it take to reapply for Schengen? So the first time I applied for a French visa, I was refused. That refusal letter is somewhere in this office, right? Immediately I saw the refusal letter, I packaged my documents and reapplied. The only thing I added I didn't add before was a stronger cover letter, which is what we write for clients as well, right? So after I wrote that cover letter, I reapplied for my French visa, and this is my first French visa right here, right? This is my first French visa, and I reapplied immediately. I got that refusal. The next day, I filled another form and reapplied, right? So the thing is this: can you make a strong application? Right? Can you make a strong application? That is the question. If you can answer that question, you can reapply immediately. Immediately. So there's no statute that says that you have to wait for 1 week or 2 weeks or something. If you feel that you are qualified for that visa, you can reapply. Only salaries and sponsor and blah blah blah. Okay, about business. Okay, so let me go down. I think there are new questions down. How much do you do UK visiting visa for? Okay, so let's talk about my price for UK visiting visa right now. You pay a consulting session, which is non-negotiable. Every client that we have, you must pay for consulting before I talk to you. Because when I talk to you, I figure out your circumstances. I find out what by asking you questions. I find out the ties that you have, the relevant information that you have that we can put in your application. That is when I'm talking to you that I'll actually find that out. That's one. Then after that, you now if we decide that you are eligible you are qualified for a visa, you pay 300K for UK cover letter. Now we charge 300K for UK cover letter because UK will have to go through your bank statement, everything step by step to figure out exactly what your numbers are. Because without it, you're going to be getting a refusal. That's the truth, right? So we figure out exactly what your numbers are before we proceed. So the cover letter is 300K. Then if you want us to fill the visa application form for you, book your appointment. Of course, you pay your visa fee. We'll book your appointment. After booking your appointment, we'll arrange your documents. Then or put your documents on the website. If you take your documents to VFS, they're going to charge you like 40 pounds, which is like 8,000 naira to do that for you. If you do it online, it's free. So we'll do that online for you as well. So these four things together, we are saving you 80K that are going to be spending at VFS. They're paying us 100K. So at the end of the day, it's actually 20K that you're paying, really. So for UK visa application, from consulting till we finish the job, it's 500K. And we get it done for you. Of course, you pay your visa fee. That's how much we charge for UK visas, right? Other countries will charge 400K collectively. But for UK, it's 500K because it gives a little bit of a headache, more headache than others. If one takes long before reapplying, do they have to state in the cover letter? Why? No, you don't have to state why the delay. No. How many months utility bill do I need to submit? If you are inviting somebody to utility bill, no, you don't need to submit utility bill. If you are inviting somebody to the UK, you don't need to just need your utility bill, just one. Because what the utility bill does is that it proves your address. That the person you are invited to come and stay with you in the UK, I'm assuming that you live in the UK, that the person is going to be staying in your address, right? So that's what the utility bill does. So just one utility bill is fine. If you are the person traveling, no, there's no need for you to present your utility bill. I can't wait to pay for a consulting fee. I hope you can help me run it. It's my pleasure. That's why we are here, right? We will verify this. Will they verify the sponsor statement? So if you are planning to present fake statements, please don't do. Right? The truth of the matter is that they don't verify bank statements, like literally verify it. But if they have reasons to, they would actually verify. But most times they don't. That's the truth. But please, no fake documents. I won't advise you to actually hurt you. To hurt you. People get 5 years, 10 years banned because of fake documents. About the business account, what if your business isn't operational yet, but registered with CAC? That's a completely different ball game. If it's not operational but registered, then it's not operational. It's not working. You don't have to submit it. No reason for you to present it at all. Because it's not working. How much do you do UK visa for? I just explained that. Yes, please, I can. What of someone whose monthly expenses isn't fixed? How do we provide that amount? I mentioned that earlier. There is nobody that his monthly expenses is fixed, right? So the amount you spend 200K, 300K, 400K, 1 million, whatever. So what we do is that when we are doing your application, we calculate exactly how much you spent in July, August, September, October, November, December. So if it's 5 months, we divide it by 5 to get an average. And that average is what we put on the visa application form. We also explain in the cover letter how we arrived at that number. That's how we actually approach it. Nice one. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Obong Obot. Is that Obong Obot? Oh, looks like I'm not seeing the face very well, but looks like my classmate in Unica. I salute you, man. Um, how many months utility bill do I need to submit? Utility, I just answered that. Joy Giver, I've answered that. Please, can you guide me to apply for jobs in Canada? Nope, I cannot guide you. We don't do jobs. My focus is just visas. Just visas. This is my exact question. Can only support and salaries come in as credits before application? Yes, they can come in. So when we look at that bank statement there is always a way to explain where the money is came from. That is the truth, right? There's always a way to explain where the money came from. We'll find a way, we explain it. There's always a way. So that's why I need to talk to you first. When I talk to you, I will figure out, ask you this money, who sent it, why was it sent, this, that, and of course we'll find a way to actually explain it. Right. Yes, please, thank you. Yay. Do we have to take it also to be stamped? Yes, but what of adding the receipt? I meant receipts. Yeah, you can add your receipts if he proves the monies that were sent to you, invoices, receipts, stuff like that, by all means, please add it. It works. I hope that's the right question. Are they going to verify? I've answered this question, McMill. So let me go down again and see the new questions. Okay. How much is your connection fee? I've mentioned that is 100K, but if you use the code on this live right now, NATG10, that's no agent travel guide 10, NATG10, when you are making payment, you will get a 20% off. So you pay 80K instead of 100K. What's the difference between the refusal on paragraph 327A and 327B? I've actually made a video on this, right, on YouTube. It's actually a lot. So 370A and all those things are paragraph in the visa laws of the country, basically. So when you go through it, you begin to understand these things a lot better. Can you unpaid conference? I'm not sure. Can you use conference to get a visa place? Yes, you can, right? So conferences are basically the same category with visit visas. So you can use conference to get a visa. Apply for UK visa in 23 and was denied. Can I reapply using that application? Yes, you can reapply, right? You can reapply, if you leave it a long time ago. So the important thing is, are you qualified for the visa that you're applying for? I think that's what the most important question should be, right? And when you book a consultation, we can figure that out if you're qualified or not. So do you work on people to do visa for them? How much your connection fee? I've answered these questions a lot of time. Yes, we do visas. Our work is visas, right? Consultation is 100K, but if you use the discount code NATG when making payments on my website, noagenttravelguide.com, you're going to be getting a 10% off. I've mentioned that a lot of times. Then we also do the cover letter for you, the application, everything in between. I've mentioned that as well, right? That's a different service, so you pay differently for that one as well. So hosted by a diplomat in London, sponsored my mother. I have a previous Schengen visa. Okay, beautiful. So I don't see a question here. Okay. My chances of getting accepted. I'm not answering the question, Mr. Abdel Malik. I'm not answering the question. Can you use unpaid conference to get a visa, please? Can you justify the purpose of that particular conference? If the conference you're attending is a paid conference, just pay for it. Just make sure that you can get a refund if your visa is refused, right? Just pay for it, because when you pay for it, it gives it more credibility as to not paying for it. So Diamond, do I have any more questions on YouTube? You do? Okay, so let me answer the YouTube questions.
Please do this for this time to recognize your face again.
This okay. Okay, so I can do this now. Okay, so for UK, how many months? My second refusal was expenditure. Yep. Please answer the question on comment. So yes, I'm here now. I visited the UK in 2005 and 2007 on 6 months and 2 years visa. Can I reapply? Can I apply for 2 years visa next year? Yes, you can. Right. The fact that you had a 2 years visa, they trust you very. You are very credible, right? So I just hope that your circumstances don't change. You still have money. You still have all of those things. You can reapply. As a matter of fact, I'm thinking of applying for a 2 years visa myself in my next UK visa application. I have a 2 year Schengen. I have like a 9 years Canada. Then I probably apply for a 2 years UK myself. Please, can you talk about Korea student visa? Okay, so I think we are going to, for Korea visas, I've been to Korea, I applied for a visit visa. I've never worked on a student visa for Korea, right? But it's pretty straightforward. The same thing. You have admission, you can apply. And most people don't use cover letters. That's a mistake. If you understand the fact that intention to return is very important, right? You actually stress the reason why you're going to come back to your home country in the cover letter, and that's part of the major thing that we do that most agents don't do, right? Will write the best cover letter for you. As a matter of fact, one of my staff, Divine, sent me a cover letter today that he wrote for one of our clients, two of our clients, husband and wife. I looked at it. I called the client. I said, I'm going to send the cover letter to you tomorrow because it wasn't as strong as I wanted it to be. Right? I told Divine that I'm going to rework this and teach you how to actually do it like me, right? Because what I do is that if I'm not working on a cover letter by myself, when they are done, they send it to me, right? I have to look at it and approve it and fix it before it goes to the client and before he submits. So that's exactly how we do it. So probably we're going to have another session for Korean visas. I'm unemployed and I have a makeup business. Oh, I'm employed. I have makeup. Is it advisable to put my makeup as a side hustle? I should continue my employment. So if your makeup makes a lot of money and those payments is in your bank, the same bank statement as your salary, you can actually bring the two of them into your application, right? But if your salary is enough, you have a lot of money from your salary, right? A lot of disposable income, a lot of like you're very your account is healthy, just your salary, you can actually use that alone to apply. So it depends. How do I contact you from Ghana? Just go to noagenttravelguide.com, right, and book a consulting session. Once you've paid for that consulting session, you're going to get my number automatically, right, and we can have a conversation. It's a UK number plus 44 something something something. Now, you can also reach number in my bio, right, on TikTok and on Instagram. Once you chat that number up, that's my staff, Faith. So once you chat her up, she will guide you on how to actually make payments so that you can get my WhatsApp number and we can have a conversation. How long does it take for you to respond to your IG direct message regarding consultation payment? Ah, maybe like 24 hours or less, right? But it will be better if you chat us up on WhatsApp. So the number is on IG, on my bio. So once you chat that number up, you most likely going to get a faster response on that number than you will get inside the IGDM. Okay, so hello, kindly remember the question we asked the previous video. Many thanks. Oh, that's true. Okay, so I'm gonna go to the question that were asked in the video I posted, right, in a while. This is more than 1 hour. This is 1 hour 7 minutes with them. Okay, so let's okay. My question is that my sister wants me to visit her in Sweden. Okay. My question is that my sister wants to, what's happening? Okay. Let me find out question. Something happened and it knocked this off. Okay, my question is my sister wants me to visit her in Sweden. She's sponsoring the trip. I just want to know what I need to do from my side in Nigeria. You need to show that you are qualified for that trip, right? For Schengen visa, there are 4 things you need to prove. 4 things. Number one, justification of purpose. Number two, proof of subsistence, right? Number three, authenticity or supporting document. Number four, intention to return to your home country. What is that thing that is going to bring you back to Nigeria? Stress it in your application. So that will determine what your chances are at getting that visa approved. Please, for UK visa, bank statement, do you calculate the yearly income since we just provide 6 months bank statement? Yes. So your 6 months bank statement, multiply it by 2, it will give you a yearly income. Whatever we calculate for 6 months, multiply it by 2, it will give you a 12 month a full year, right? So every year, the average in a month multiplied by 12 gives us the 12 months. That's how we do it. I want more information on financial aspect. So how is it calculated? Please just explain that. So if your average income monthly is 10,000 naira, it means that your yearly income is 120,000 naira. That's basically how it is. So is there a problem if someone wants to visit a friend in the UK and stay with him, but has a close family member in an asylum claim process? Does that affect the application? It will most likely affect the application, right? I'm not even gonna lie. So the only thing is that you can deny that your close family member. Deny the person when they ask you, do you have any family member in the UK? Just say no, right? So that's the thing. It most likely affect you. It's your family now. I would like to pay for consultation using, but if your family did this, the chance of you doing the same thing is high. That's basically what it is. I want to pay for consultation using bank transfer and not card. It's fine, right? So chat the number on my WhatsApp bio, right? My staff is going to give you my bank account. It's my company name is Advantage Limited, right? So Advantage owns No Agent Travel Guide. So you pay into Advantage Limited account, right? They'll provide the account number for you, make payment, they'll verify it, and of course they would will reach out to you with our consulting line and we can have that conversation. Right. I want to start building my bank statement from now till 6 months. How can I start with calculation? 2 bank statements. That's a lot, right? I think I have to make a video on this. So chat my assistant up on the number on my bio on WhatsApp and tell them that I'm going to come back to TikTok in a while, right? Let me finish the people on YouTube. So chat her up and tell her and remind her that I said I'm going to make a video on how to build your bank statement for UK visa application, and I'm going to make that video. Or Diamond, just write it down. Remind me later. I'm going to make a video on how to make here. So that's fine. We'll make a video for you guys. Um, Egyptian engineering student with a Schengen visa, he visiting the UK for 10 days, doing a break. He is hosted by a diplomat. Sponsorship from his mother includes significant long-term savings and 30K pounds. Seems like you have a good chance at getting your visa approved, right? Your mother has money. Then your intention to return is what you are actually you're going to be stressing, right? You are a student, so front load proof that you are a student and you're not done with school. So you're coming back to school. So use your school as a tie for your to return. Your chances are good at getting your visa approved. Yeah. So that's Mawa Abdumelek. You are Egyptian. Thank you for joining us. Good evening, sir. Please, after paying for the consultation, I still need to help me with the application. Will just see payment? Yes. So consultation is for us to figure out, to talk to me and figure out if you are qualified. Some people come for consultation and say, Gerald, thank you very much for this information. I'm going to go do it myself. Right. So if you want us to write your cover letter, you pay for the cover letter. If you want us to do your application for you, we pay for the application as well. So it's not a lot of money. Our prices are very, very, very affordable. Today, my UK visa, which was refused today, was a 2-year visa. I've previously been to the UK and other Schengen country. If I reapply, is there a chance I could get it this time? Yes, there's a chance that you can get it if you actually fix the reason why it was refused and reapply. There's a very high chance that you're going to get it. Please, can you talk about Korea visa D2? So Korea visa is a different. We're going to talk about Korea visa, in a different video, right? So let's focus on UK and a little bit of Schengen in this particular one. My wife was refused on paragraph 320A. Okay, so we're going to talk about that. 327A sounds like a Canada visa application. What can do in Nigeria if your sister is inviting you to Sweden and she's sponsoring? So, present your own document. Your sister will give you an invitation letter, proof of your relationship with your sister, pictures, a birth certificate showing that you have the same parent, stuff like that. Proof of her legal status in Sweden. What else? Proof of her address, because she has saying her address. Then her bank statement showing that she has money. Then I don't know if you're a minor or you're an adult. If you're an adult, you still have to provide your own bank statement, and of course, very important, intention to return to Nigeria. You need to prove that you intend to return to Nigeria, right? So things that's going to bring you back to Nigeria will be part of that particular application. Look, I think we are done with YouTube. Yes, twice a month on live is fine. You want free consultation. So do I need to upload my CAC if I'm adding my makeup side hustle? So no. As a matter of fact, I'm self-employed, right? I make videos on YouTube, so YouTube pays me. I do what's it called, sponsorship for companies, right? Promotions, they pay me, so I influence basically. So it's self-employment, and I don't use CAC to apply for visa, right? So it's a service-based business, so they pay me into my personal bank account, so I just present it and make my case. Do you get? So if you're doing makeup party, it's a service-based business, not like you're doing buying and selling, so it will fly. Right. So do I need to? Okay. Greetings. How do I contact you from Uganda? It's simple. Go to noagenttravelguide.com. Right. Click on book a consulting session and pay for consultation, and you get in touch with me. Easy peasy. So I was refused a visit visa last year. I want to reapply next year. Beautiful. You can reapply anytime. The one thing is to make sure that you meet the criteria for that visa when you are reapplying, or you're going to get another refusal. So can I use 2 months? Can I use only 2 months of visa application for UK? Oski. Ah, it's a risk. I've never done 2 months before. I've done 3 months. That's the least I've done for a client, and it worked. So I've never done 2 months before. So it's a risk. You can risk it. It's not like they'll reject it, but it doesn't tell a whole story. Can I use tourist visa for Aduro in Spain? You want to go and take asylum instead. But that's what most people do. If you have a legitimate case for asylum, you can. But most people that either do asylum, it's tourist visa that they used to do it. They enter with tourist visa and they do asylum. That's something I would never do. And I don't know. I don't have need to. So let me not say never ever. Can a minor travel to Sweden alone to study? Minor, when you say minor, less than 18 years, I don't think so. I don't think so. Right? I have to research that and get back to you. If you can reach out to my assistant and whenever I had a minor traveling alone. So can a minor travel? Okay. The last question on YouTube before we go back to TikTok. Finish TikTok and we're done for today. I stated that I'm employed, but I didn't attach my bank statement because I had a sponsor who is my uncle. I had applied to join the British Army. That one hard though. So most times when you are applying for a visa and you are not a minor, you are expected to present your bank statement. If you don't have one, you explain why you don't have a bank statement. So I will refuse a visa as my sister lives in UK from Pakistan. So it is not so much about your sister, it's so much about you. Are you qualified for that visa, right? If I know exactly why your visa was refused, maybe it will actually help me as I advise you better. Yeah. So let's take a few questions on Instagram. Let's take a few questions on Instagram, right? Then after we take that question on Instagram, then I'll take the questions that we have. No, this phone is saying that it's going to go off very soon. So let me take these questions that were asked on the video I posted earlier, right? I'll take these questions that were asked from people. So after that, I would take the questions on TikTok, and we are done for today. So this is an hour and 16 minutes. Let's try and finish by 1:16. Diamond, you're online. I applied for somebody said I applied last month for Netherlands, but I got refused. They said that they are not sure I will return to Nigeria. So I mentioned that intention to return. You need to prove that you're going to come back to your home country, right? If they have doubts that you're going to come back, they're going to refuse you. So you see, economic ties, money, family ties, stuff like that, property ties, employment ties, social ties, which is not very strong, right? The strongest ties are economic and family ties. Those are the strongest ties. After biometrics, like how many months will it take for me to get the decision? For UK, it's 15 working days max. How much money should one have before they apply for a Canada visa? It's not so much about money. On the visa application form, when they ask you and say, how much are you planning to bring to Canada on your trip, right? Let's say you write 5,000 Canadian dollars, which is about 5 point something million naira. Yeah. So, and you have like 6 million naira in your account. It's a refusal because you can't afford the trip. You are planning to take all the money you have in this world and go and spend it on a 2 weeks holiday. It doesn't make sense, right? So you're going to get a refusal. So it's not really about how much you have. It's about how much you're planning to spend, what you do for a living and your economic ties. Not really about money, right? Please, how can I apply for a student visa in Canada? Get admission first, right? Then, of course, you fill the visa application form, present your documentation, and you have to prove your intention to return, even as a student, right? It's only the UK that you don't have to prove that, but most other countries you have to prove your intention to return to your home country before you apply for even for a student visa. Is there a difference between visa fee and biometrics fee? Yes, there's a difference. Visa fee, it goes to the embassy. Biometrics fee goes to TLS and VFS and Atlas, those companies that you go to do your biometrics, right? So it's for them. When you submit your passport, how long does it take? Okay, so UK, Schengen, most countries actually 15 working days. Other countries take less, right? South Africa, first time application, they take like 2 months. Second time application, third time, subsequent ones take like 10 days or maybe like 1 week, 2 weeks, and you get how to apply for Sweden visa. It's actually Schengen visa, So I've made videos about French visa. I'm going to make a video about Sweden and Denmark and all the other countries. The problem now is that I like making applications by myself, using myself as an example, right? So that I don't share people's private information. But right now I have a 2-year Schengen visa, so I cannot even apply for Sweden, and so I have visa to visit those countries. So why am I applying for you? So it's going to be difficult for me. Maybe I'll find a client that would agree. I'll use the client to actually simulate how to apply for a Swedish and Denmark and all the other Schengen country visas. I need an invitation letter from a friend. Do I need invitation letter before I can apply for a Canadian visa? It depends on why you're going to Canada. If somebody is inviting you, you need a letter from the person. Like myself, when I applied for a Canadian visa, nobody invited me. I said I was traveling alone by myself. So I just booked a hotel and reservation. And that's what I presented. Of course, my other documents and my visa got approved. Can I use a phone or must I use laptop with my visa application form? You can use a phone. Personally, I'm very comfortable. filling forms on my laptop. So I use my laptop. So some other persons feel very comfortable using their phone to do that. So of course, use your phone. That's fine. What's the total cost of applying for a Schengen visit visa? For a French visa I did recently, the visa fee is like 159,000. That's what you pay at TLS, right? Then TLS fee, I paid for somebody today. I put that for somebody today. I paid 47,100 and 43,106 naira, something like that, right? Less than 48,000 naira, right? Last week, what I paid last week was 50,300 or something. So it's around 50K. So that's 159,000, I think 159,000 plus the 50K. So that's exactly how much you pay for a Schengen visa. How can I book a consultation with you? Go to noagenttravelguide.com and you can book a consultation with me. So I have 10 more minutes. My visa was denied. I provided everything. I don't know why it was denied. If you look at your refusal letter, the reason why it was denied is there, right? If it's Schengen, it's one of the four things I mentioned earlier. If it's UK, it could be anything. So it's there. How can you help me with my cover letter, but I'm not in Nigeria? It's simple. Go to noagenttravelguide.com, book a consulting session with us. We have a conversation, right? And we understand you because what we're going to be writing in the cover letter is what we discuss with you. It's about you. So every cover letter is customized to suit you. That we're writing it for. So that's why the consulting session is very important. We need to talk to you first before we actually figure that out and proceed with that. Now, I mentioned the fact that cover letters for other countries we charge 200K. That's our price right now. For UK, we charge 300K to write cover letters for the UK. That's our price right now. Where am I located? I'm in Lagos, Nigeria, Aja, precisely, right? How can you help me with my cover letter? I just said that now. How many times did you apply before you got your French visa? Twice, right? I applied 2 times. The first one I applied, I was refused. But the problem is that I actually applied like a big man. I felt that because I had other visas, there was no reason for me to do so. So my cover letter was just one page. When I got the refusal letter, I now sat down and did a very strong application. That one, they even called me on phone. I applied for 2 weeks. They gave me 6 months because that application was actually, as a matter of fact, the French man that interviewed me on the phone said, Gerald, this is your application. Nobody can refuse it. Right? No jokes. Right? Because I wrote a very strong cover letter, and my plan was if they refuse that one, I will go for appeal. That was why I made it that strong. Okay. So, what amount do I need to have in my account? I've answered this question. I wouldn't want to dwell on it again. The portal for Canada Visa asks for invitation code. So, if you go to YouTube right now and search for how to apply for Canada Visa application, you see my video step by step. So, click on it. Below the video, you see a link there. Once you answer all of those questions from that link, a code will be sent to you. You can use the code to actually fill the form. That's for the new portal. I've been waiting for my visa decision for 11 months now. Is it normal? It could be normal. It could be abnormal. If you use an agent, maybe the agent you've been refused or you've even been banned because they use fake agents. So they're hiding the portal from you. But if you applied yourself and you have it to the portal, log into the portal and confirm what's going on, right? So you can also send an email to the embassy, to confirm that. There was a guy that was banned. The agent was shielding the portal from being refused. No, the guy worried. The agent blocked him. So what he now did was to write an email to the embassy. The embassy responded, told him that he's been banned because of fake documents. He wasn't even aware that the agent used fake documents for him. So just be careful when using agents. If you don't live in Nigeria, where can I do my biometrics? You do your biometrics in the country where you live, right? That's where you actually apply. You do your biometrics there. Do I need cover letter for a Canada study program? Yes, you do. Because Canada will refuse visas based on the fact that things like you did your BSc in English, you're trying to do mathematics in your master's in Canada, something like that, intention to return, stuff like that. So you can actually make the arguments for those things in your cover letter, so that you have a chance of getting your visa approved. For UK, you don't need a cover letter for UK student visa. It's straightforward, unless you have a unique case and you want it to be addressed in the cover letter. Then of course, UK comes in. How do I apply and get a date for Schengen visa? I made videos about this. Just please reach out to me with consideration and we can help you with the process. How do I contact you? noagenttravelguide.com and you can reach me. Can I get someone to sponsor my trip? Yes, but it depends on who this person is to you, because you need to prove who this person is, why are they sponsoring your trip, and get documentation from them as well. What is huge or bulk deposit? Any deposit from 50K and above for UK is considered a large deposit. Can a first-time traveler apply for Schengen visa? Yes, but it depends on the justification of purpose, right? The reason why you're traveling for tourism purposes. I won't advise you to. The chances are very slim, right? If my total trip costs 3 million, do I need 6 million in my account? Depends on where you are going to. South Africa is fine. Schengen, if you have travel history, very strong travel history, it might work. But if you don't, can I use OPay bank statement? Yes, you can use OPay. What are the common reasons for refusal? I'm going to talk about for Canada. I'm going to talk about this when we're talking about the Canada stuff, right? So don't say I have a question about Israel. Just ask your question, and I will respond to it. What does cover letter really contain? That's a massive question. Maybe I actually do a video on cover. I made a video about cover letters. Yes, go to YouTube and search for something like this. What does cover letter really contain? You'll see my videos on YouTube. Just go and search for it. Must I have a travel history before applying for a visa? Nope, right? But it gives you better opportunities. So my advice is travel to countries that have low barrier to entry. So go to Ghana, go to Kenya, go to South Africa. South Africa, you can get a visa easily. If we do it for you, you can get a visa easily as a first-time traveler. How can I book my flight without payment? Simple. Go to bookings.com, travel start, Waka Now, airline website, book the flight, and get the flight booking and use apply for your visa. Hotel, the same thing, bookings.com, all of those places. Does place of authority play any significant role in Nigerian passport? No, it doesn't. Right? It doesn't really matter where your passport was issued. I used to think like that too, but it doesn't matter. Do you help with study visas? Yes, we'll help with visas. Any visa at all, we'll help you with it. But looking for school for you, not me. I won't do that. So let me see. I have a few more questions to take on TikTok, and we are done. Can 4 million do a tourist visa to Israel? It's a tourist visa. It depends on how much you are spending on your trip, right? How much are you spending on your trip? That's one. So it's not about the money in your account at that particular point in time. We have done South African visa with somebody that had 5 million in the account, and the visa was approved. This one that was approved today, I think he had like maybe a little above 5 million, something between 5 million and 10 million, something in between, right? And his visa was approved as well, right? Brother, you say I can use OPay proof of funds? Yes, you can use OPay as proof of funds. Yes. It's a bank. Can I apply for Malta student visa this year after getting a rejection this same year? Yes, you can. You just need to find out why you were refused and fix it with a cover letter that is very strong. Make your applications very strong. And yes, you can. Um, is it needed to drop? What's the time? Okay, I have 3 more minutes. Is it needed to drop applicant's bank details, even if the applicant will be supposed in the UK? Yes. So the applicant is it needed to drop applicant bank statement, even if the applicant will be supported in the UK? Yes. If you're not a minor, your bank statement is important. There are scenarios where people are inviting their mothers to the UK and they don't submit their mother's bank statement and they get approved. It happens, right? But I've also seen scenarios where they don't submit and they get refused. So every client that we do visa for, we encourage them to submit their own bank statements, as part of the application process. I have a question, but it's about Israel. Please ask your question. After refusal of US visa, how long can you wait to reapply? You can apply immediately, right? So it depends on your money and your circumstances. Have you changed and all of that. So I don't consider myself an expert when it comes to US visa because I've not gotten one. I applied for US visa in 2015. I've not traveled anywhere before I was refused, and since then I've never tried. I've been to Canada, I've been everywhere. I'm planning to apply next year, right? But you know that it's an interview, so they talk to you personally, and make a decision while talking to you. That's what happens most times. Right. Hopefully my next one is gonna be second time I'm applying, is gonna be successful. For now, I don't consider myself a US expert, so I might not be able to answer your question, right? Why is it that getting appointment time for Schengen visas from UK is always difficult to get? I can't answer that question, right? It has to be a TLS or VFS or the embassy stuff, issue. I don't know. Most people in the UK can visit those countries without a visa. So they have very low amount of staff. So they give you appointment, you come and all of those things. So I don't know. Where are you located? I just mentioned that I'm in Aja, Lagos, Nigeria. Okay. Good evening. Please, I was a US visa last month. How long can I take me to apply? You can apply immediately. Completely fine. If you feel that your circumstances have changed and you can prove a change in circumstance, you can apply immediately. nothing stopping you from doing that. Can you use money point as yes, you can use money point as proof of funds. You can, it's a bank. Please reply us on TikTok. That's what I'm doing right now. My CAC was registered this month, but I want to apply for tourism next month. So which country are you going to? Is it the UK? It might not work, right? Because you presenting a 1 month bank statement for your business, then you also you are paying yourself a salary. That means you paid yourself for just 1 month, because you cannot pay yourself from a company that was, so you have basically 1 month bank statement to present, which might not work for you. Are you do visa processing for UK or European? I will do all of them, sir. I can help you with the process. Please reply me. My CS already have answered this question. Do you need 3 months bank statement for your visa or 6 months? So I bear to UK. I've been to UK before. So for UK, on their website, they will ask you for 6 months bank statement. That's standard, right? But we have done application for clients with 3 months, 4 months, 5 months, and they get approved. I never done 2 months. I've done 3 months. Please, my CAC officer, answer this, answer this. Do you need 3 months? Answer this as well. How much consultation fee? My consultation is 100K. I mentioned this earlier. Do you need 3 months bank statement? This is 131. Visa fee. How much is consultation fee? Please, sir, can you assist me with assist on any of the country? Visa, UK. Yes, we can. Luxembourg, they're all Schengen. I said UK. We can help you UK, Spain, or Luxembourg. Gerald, answer me now. I believe I've answered you, Wendy. I'm not sure. I believe I've answered you. Can you package someone as a first time to get a UK visa? And when you say packaging, if it involves providing fake documents, I cannot help you, right? But if it means talking to you and helping you figure out the best way to approach it, how to arrange your bank statement, how to write your cover letter, how to, using your documents, right? Yes, I can help you with that. Okay. Gerald, if I want to pay for consultation, will you guide me through my application? Okay, Wendy, that's your question. Good. So if you pay a consultation, I will talk to you and guide you on how to apply, right? So you can do it yourself with my guidance. But if you decide for me to do it for you, you have to pay me to do it for you. But if you go pay for consultation and I talk to you, I find out that you are qualified, I will tell you exactly how to approach your application. Right? You only pay me when you have to actually do the application. When I have to do it for you, that's when you pay me. What part of Momo balance can we use for the application? I've done application for people using Momo account, people in Ghana and Sierra Leone. I think Gambia as well. Sierra Leone and Ghana, I'm sure. And their visa was approved. At least the Rowan Clothing is in Ghana. That's part of the first visas I got when I started working UK visas. She was refused the UK visa. She reached out and we used Momo account as well as part of her bank statement as well. It was approved. Which country can one apply for a work visa? Every country have work visa, right? But I don't do work permit. So the only thing I do is the visa. Once you have a job offer and the necessary documents and you reach out to me, I can help you with the visa application. But if helping you find work, find school, all of those things, look, some I meet. I can't help you with that. I did my biometrics today and I use videos to do everything. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You have to bring that for me. So can you assist me secure UK visa? Yes, I can help you, guide you on the process, right? But I cannot approve visa because I'm not even the person that's going to put the passport on your visa on your passport. Can you use unpaid conference? I've answered this question before. So let's go down. There are more questions down. So after these questions now, I would go off because I think I've tried. This is 1 hour 33 minutes. So let me just answer this one. So can you please tell me something? Tell me about strong ties to home. I've mentioned it before. Maybe you came late, right? I can't dwell on this again. Maybe in the next video, we're going to talk about it again. Is it a must to declare previous US visa renewal when applying? Okay, so how I approach this is I let the clients make the decision. I will advise you to actually, but I've seen clients that come to us and say, I don't want to declare, and their visa still gets approved. So US and Canada share almost the same database for immigration purposes. So if you don't declare refusal, US refusal for Canada is going to affect you. If you don't report Canada to UK for US, it's going to affect you. But all the other countries are independent. They will only reach out and verify if there is need to, right? So that's I leave that to the client when I explain this thing to them. How do I answer a Malta visa interview on why I got rejected twice from Portugal? You tell them why you were rejected now. It's on the refusal letter. I can't help you answer that. How does the bank statement need to be arranged? My mom was denied because of bank. I've answered this before. I can't go back to it now. If I have a child and I'm not married, can I use my child as better care? Yes, you can. Right? It's your child. So I have a client. He has a partner, an unmarried partner, and a child. He applied and he was accepted. Is it a must to declare previous user? I just answered this. When is admission into school in Switzerland opening? I don't know. Right. I don't do admissions. You have to go online and find that out. How do I answer a mother? I've answered this one. Excuse me. Can a cover letter for Schengen visa be more than one page? Yes. I've written 3 pages. My last application was 2 pages. My last visa approval was 2 pages. The first one that was refused was 1 page. So it doesn't matter how long it is. If you have a child, I'm not married, I've answered the USA visa for family. Okay. There's no question there. Can you do USA? No, I cannot do USA visa. I'm not doing USA visa right now until I've gotten mine. So I'm not that agent that will come and tell you bring it. That's not me. I don't need your money. If I have a child and I'm not married, can I use Belgium? Is how much? I mean visa for Schengen visa. Schengen visas. I just told you now. If I'm doing the application for you, 400k, 100k consultation, 200k for cover letter. If you are qualified for that visa after the consultation, then 100k for the application itself, right? I'm booking an appointment, all of those in between. Then visa fee is about 159,000, right? And the TLS fee is about I think 50k ish, right? So I guess that's it for now, right? I guess that's it for now. Can a cover letter for Schengen be more than 1 page? I've answered that. So let's all of you guys that are joining my fan club, I appreciate you. Thank you very much. How does the bank statement need to be arranged? I've talked about this earlier. Okay, so I think I've answered all of this question. Let me just take this one. When will you be coming live on TikTok again? So what's going to happen is that I'm going to make a video, right, and tell you guys exactly how to join my WhatsApp channel. So once you join that channel, whenever I decide to come live on TikTok, I will just drop the date and time you get inside the WhatsApp channel, so all of you guys can join. You get, so that's what I'm going to do. Can I go for holiday with my family? Yes, you can. If you have the money and if you are qualified for the visa, you can. How do we declare refusal on forms or cover letter? It's very easy. That's my job, right? So we're going to be doing another live, maybe on cover letter, basically. Which of these visa do you do, sir? I do all of them, except I don't do US right now, but I do every other country visa, right? NATG 10, that's correct. Please answer again. I can't do that. My battery's on 15%, so I have to go, and I'm tired. I've been in the office this morning. This is 9:37, and I have a wife at home, right? So, does UK and USA share the same immigration data? No, they don't. USA and Canada do, but yeah. How does the bank statement need to be arranged? I've answered this before, and I have a video on YouTube where I explain this. Like I said, I'm going to make another video telling you exactly how to arrange your bank statement for UK visa. So I've told Diamond, my assistant, he's going to remind me of that. How do we declare refusal? I've mentioned that. Coming live on TikTok again. Does UK and US have answered all of these questions? Please share. Excuse me. Okay, I've answered this. I think I've answered all these questions. I've answered all these questions. Okay, so I guess that will be all for now. I hope you give us enough attention to express our concern. My consulting session is for you, right? There are clients that come and will talk for like 1 hour. So you express yourself. That's why that's why it's there. Because I like it when you are talking, because I will get the points that I can use to do your work. If at the end of the day you want us to do the work. Do you understand? So my consulting sessions are very, very, very interesting. So I think I'm actually planning to record some of this conversation and actually compile it so that you guys will see what goes on in my consulting session. It's interesting, right? Thank you for your time. I appreciate you. How much Malaysia visa? I mentioned it. Consulting 100k, 200k for cover letter, and 100k for application. So it's 400k basically. Egypt, Qatar is strong travel history. They're very strong travel history, right? Maybe we'll do a video on TikTok how to build travel history, right? As a matter of fact, I think I have that video. That video is going to go out on YouTube tomorrow. How to build travel history, right? I'll put that video out on YouTube tomorrow. If it doesn't go out tomorrow, it will go out next tomorrow. This weekend, Sha, it's going to go out. We have shot that video for YouTube. It's going to go out. So please, do you have staff who work with you? Yeah. I have a couple of staff. I have Faith, who is the lady that answers the number on my bio right now, right? So number bio. So that's my staff. Then I have Diamond here, my assistant, and I have Edna. I have Divine. These are people that Edna and Divine work remotely, right? I have my video editors here in the office as well, right? So yeah, we have a lot of staff that work with me. I can't do all of this alone, of course, right? When will you come live for cover letter? So what I said is that I'm going to be making a video telling you guys exactly how to join my WhatsApp channel, right? So you guys join the channel. Whenever I'm ready to come live, I will post it on that WhatsApp channel, and of course we do that. So I want to say a very big thank you to you guys for being a part of this, right? So thank you very much. I love you guys. You are the reason why a no agent travel guide is a success story. Okay, I thought the person wanted to scam me. Oh, she told me about you. Somebody was chatting up and said that I never said that I have a staff. Yeah, she told me about you. No, 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 no. The number is on my bio, right? So if the number is a scam, I would not. Yeah, her name is Faith. Yes. If the number is on my bio, I would not. It will not a scam now. I put the number there, right? So it's not a scam. It's not a scam. As a matter of fact, this is the phone for that particular that Faith uses. When she comes to the office tomorrow again, she will respond to all the messages and all of that. You get, so that's yeah. I actually very right. Nurse Abina, yeah. That's my staff. So thank you very much, guys. If you have any further questions, put it in the comment section of my videos, right? Maybe sometimes I will just come live, compile those questions and answer them. And how do we join your link on YouTube? So the link, my YouTube link, is in my. You know what? Chat the number in my bio, and ask for my link on YouTube. Faith is going to send it to you guys, right? So if you want to know the links for that video, the link for my YouTube, whatever it is, right? Just chat the number in my bio, and she's going to send it to you. Any questions you have, anything you want to know, just put it right there, right? So I want to say a very big thank you to you guys. I have to go home now. I have to leave you. It's been a pleasure. I appreciate you, and I love all of you guys, right? So thank you very much. God bless you, and keep winning, right? One of the interesting things is that you want your visas to be approved, and it's going to happen if you keep paying attention to what I teach you guys right here on No Agent Travel Guide. I love you right back, all of you, right? Take care of yourself and keep winning, right? So if you have learned anything from this, I'm just going to let you guys to just leave me a chat. Just tell me something nice, something that you've learned from this particular training, something that you've enjoyed, just in the next 2 minutes. This is 1 hour and 43. Yeah. Just let me just see. Okay, somebody sent 2 rows times 5. Okay. Nobody saying anything. You guys didn't learn anything. Wow. I feel like a bad teacher right now. Wow.
Check your YouTube.
South Africa. How many times? I think this phone is off. Okay, it's not. Nobody is saying anything. It's like I didn't teach. Thank you for teaching your videos. I learned how to my CSC active. Nice. Hey, that's what I want to see. I'm feeling good right now. I love your response to these questions. Thank you. So let me see.
Appreciate your gifters.
My gifters, I appreciate you. I don't even know how that works, right? I appreciate you, my gifters. Diamond just I should appreciate you. I'm sorry if I should have done that earlier. I'm new to TikTok, basically, right? So I'll figure it out. So thank you very much. I love your rest of these questions. Thank you very much. Can I use a Moons dollar account or 15K as supporting documents? Depends on what you're applying for, right? But it might not work. I've learned a lot and I expected. Oh, thank you very much, blessing. I'm current client and you handled my case well. Oh, awesome, right? Awesome. So you paid for consulting, and thank you very much. I'm blessed. Thank you very much, sir. Okay. Yeah, I appreciate you guys. This feels like it. This feels like it. I feel like not going again, right? Because I'm actually enjoying this right now, But I have to go. So thank you very much, guys. Thank you so very much. I appreciate all of you. I love you, and keep winning, and don't forget that Gerald love you guys, right? So I should off from here, Abby. this button here now. That's how to go off. End now. Okay, so let me end the stream on YouTube as well. End now.